we're going to talk about Chris Harrison being canceled and also woke culture. So you're a former contestant on The Bachelorette.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
And it's going to be great. So we're going to bring in a former contestant as well, your good friend, Jillian Anderson.
Yeah.
She was actually on The Bachelor and Bachelor in Paradise. So we're going to bring Jillian in right now. Jillian, how you doing?
Sorry I'm not there with you guys, but it's good to see you.
It's great to see you. And Garrett, anything you want to say to your old friend here?
Jillian, hope all is well. You know, sorry about the airport troubles, but that's okay.
Well, we're definitely glad that you could join us virtually. We want to talk about Chris Harrison being canceled because a lot of us followed that story closely. He was the host of The Bachelor and The Bachelorette for almost 2 decades. And I know for me, being a host myself, I look to Chris Harrison all the time. I thought he did a phenomenal job. I didn't watch the show that much, but when we see basically a wrongful cancellation here and trying to vilify somebody for defending somebody that's being wrongfully called racist, what was your reaction to that, Jillian?
I mean, that whole situation was so bizarre to me. I was so proud of him for standing up for this girl who, you know, assigning blame or assigning a position to this girl's photo from years ago. I mean, we've seen time and time again, you can't dig up old things and assign someone else's narrative and assign their story to them. And he was defending her. He said, let's give her a chance to talk. We haven't talked to her. And he was so in the right in defending her. And in the end, he got canceled after standing up to cancel culture. And him deciding to bow to them at the end was totally a wrong move.
Yeah, and I think we want to touch on that too, about how we were talking about that before the show, Garrett. How just do not apologize. Do not bow down to the woke mob. I think this is just a vocal minority. But for people that don't know more about this story and don't follow The Bachelor or The Bachelorette, so Rachel Kirk McConnell was a contestant on the show, was a front runner to win the show, and they had for the very first time a black bachelor, Matt James. So when news came out that she went to an antebellum party in college, which everybody in the South goes to, she was all of a sudden turned into some plantation owner, racist, white supremacist, and
they're together anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's also, I think one of the reports was that in her younger years, she dressed up as an Indian for Halloween, and that made her racist then too. Oh. And so again, it's this whole thing where, you know, this community is just searching for something to cancel people over, and it's unfortunately led by former contestants. But the Chris Harrison thing, you know, to Jillian's point, he did what we all need to do whenever something comes out about anyone, just say, hey, let's just give him a chance to talk, right? Mm-hmm. That's a humane thing to do, right? Now, where I do disagree with Chris was the fact that he backtracked a little bit and apologized for, I don't know his exact words, but the fact that he may have promoted racism. And the fact is, you know, it's kind of what we talked about yesterday. I wish that people would just back out of the current situation, remove emotion, and look at the situation from a bird's eye view. Yeah. And if he would have done that, he would have realized, listen, I didn't do anything wrong here. I just defended this girl, that the fact that she could talk.
And then this is exactly what he said when he backpedaled. What I now realize I've done is harm by wrongfully speaking in a manner that perpetuates racism, and for that I am deeply sorry. I'm dedicated to getting educated on a more profound and productive level than ever before. He totally bowed down. And I think that's where you and Julian are on the same page there too. Alex, can you speak to this?
Yeah, I agree. I think it's sad. I'm very curious to see if once his NDA has gone, I wonder if he's going to write like a tell-all book and discuss all of this. What do you think?
Well, he got paid a handsome,
silencing fee.
Yeah, he from what I read on, he came out and was like, you know, I'm going to sue you for everything you got. And they settled, I think it was, Jillian, correct me if I'm wrong, I think it was like $25 million or something. And basically by that,
the number, the digits, but I never actually heard a final number.
It was a lot, though, and basically they paid him off so he wouldn't come out. Because, you know, a lot of people don't realize he's a host, but he's also a producer on the show.
Oh, wow.
So he's seen a lot of things go on. So I think he threatened to tell them, basically tell everyone their dirty laundry, and they're like, okay, what can we pay you for it? Mm-hmm. So what's happened to him, I disagree with, but I do think he came out on the winning end of this because the show is tanking hard. Yeah. Right now.
Oh, yeah. What are you hearing about that? I always love this. It's the best revenge.
So I know that during the season I was on, which is season 15, the Bachelorette Hannah Brown season, we averaged between 5 and 6 million viewers, basically a show a week. And now it's gone down to like 2.5 per week.
Wow.
And I think Chris Harrison getting canceled by his basically his own show is causing the show to fail.
Yeah.
This is Charlie Kirk, founder and CEO of Turning Point USA. If you liked this video, be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel at Turning Point USA.